UFC Fight Night, Della Maddalena versus Prates is taking place this weekend. And this time, we're going to start with the main card because I really want to dive deep into Jack Della Maddalena versus Carlos Prates. So let's get started. Carlos Prates versus Jack Della Maddalena. Now, Carlos Prates is a slight favorite here. And it's kind of interesting to me because we've seen him get outboxed before by, in my opinion, a lesser boxer in Ian Garry. But here's what I'll say. Ian Garry was darting in and out of range very quickly, and I think for Prates that was a bit of an issue because he was looking for that one knockout blow. But I think he's improved since then. I think we saw in his fight against Leon Edwards, he was able to handle that range a little bit better. I know it's not the same fighter. I know Ian Garry's better than Leon right now. But we have seen an improvement in Carlos Prates' ability to manage range. Now, Jack Della Maddalena is a little bit different. He's going to find creative angles. He's going to slip on the outside and catch you off guard. He's going to land quick combos in succession. He's probably one of the best boxers in the UFC, probably top 5 if we're talking about pure boxing. Now, the low kicks are also a thing, though. The low kicks. The low kicks for Carlos Prates are going to be heavy. They are. I wouldn't necessarily say the body kicks or the head kicks, but his hands are very dynamic, and in combination with the low kicks, especially against a boxing heavy approach that Jack Della Maddalena has, I think Carlos Prates is going to be able to take advantage of that and kind of stall his movement. And Jack Della Maddalena, he has great footwork, but if his legs are chopped, that footwork slowly goes down. So let's think about this. If Jack Della Maddalena, if his legs get chopped, he has nowhere to go. Carlos Prates is knocking him out. Now, let me say this, though. I'm assuming Jack Della Maddalena has improved since his fight against Islam Makhachev, even though I don't think that'll really play into effect. We saw the low kick game be a little bit of an issue for him. I don't know. It's interesting to me. It's interesting because can Jack avoid the low kicks, stay slipping on the outside and landing big combos, or will Carlos Prates find that one-punch KO? Now, Jack has a great chin, but Carlos Prates has a different type of power, and people talk about his knockout ability all the time, but they don't talk about it like an Alex Pereira type of power or an Ilya type of power. But he has knocked out 12 of his last 13 opponents. Do y'all understand how crazy that shit is? And props to Ian Garry, man. Props to the Cuck, because he was able to be the only one that didn't get knocked out by Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates was the first person to knock out Leach, first person to knock out Jeff Neal, and I believe the first person to knock out Leon. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I understand those aren't the top level guys besides Leon. And I understand Leon is kind of on the downtrend. But that is still uber impressive to me. And I think the low kicks are going to play a big factor in this fight. And I think Carlos Prates, in rounds 2 or 3, I think he'll drop Jack Della Maddalena at least. And man, after the first knockdown, I can see Jack being more tentative on the outside, not wanting to engage in the pocket as much. And I can see that being his downfall because his pocket boxing is where he thrives. And Carlos Prates, if that happens, if he gets that first knockdown and Jack becomes tentative, I think Carlos Prates is going to land a big, big right down the middle, knocking out Jack Della Maddalena. I'm gonna say in round 3. Round 3 KO for Carlos Prates. And he's up next for a title shot after that, man. There's no one else. Man, I can't wait for this fight. This is such a crazy main event. And I'm not just gonna say it's gonna be one-sided. I think Jack Della Maddalena is gonna land big shots as well. This is a very close fight. I can see Jack winning as well, but everything in my brain is telling me Carlos Prates is gonna land that big shot. So Carlos Prates, round 3 KO. Oh my goodness. Awful matchmaking, bro. Benil Dariush, you're getting sparked out in round 1. And it's not because I don't think you're good. It's because you're washed, old, and your chin is gone. Absolutely gone, man. Absolutely gone. You're getting dropped by who was it? You're getting dropped by Money Moicano, and then you're getting sparked out by who was the last guy he got sparked out by? I forgot, bro. I forgot. No, Benoit Saint Denis. You got sparked out by Benoit in like 14 seconds or something. Quinlan Salakid round 1 KO. Tim Elliott versus Steve Urseg. Uh, why? I mean, sure. You know what? Sure. Tim Elliott is still a crafty vet. He's still got slick grappling, but the physicality, man. The physicality is going to be different. Skill level is different. Steve Urseg is going to be able to stifle the grappling, and I think he's going to put out Tim Elliott in round 2. I think he'll probably control the range and just be stuffing takedowns in round 1, landing some nice shots on the feet, probably some jabs, low kicks. And in round 2, I think he's gonna realize, like, okay, this guy has nothing for me. He's gonna pick up the pace. He's gonna knock out Tim Elliott. Rahiki versus Ali Schmid. Is it bad that I don't know who Ali Schmid is? I haven't unlocked this character yet, I guess. But Rahiki is sick. Rahiki is insane. I remember seeing his fight on the Contender Series, and I was immediately a fan. I believe, did he have a fight recently? I think he did. I think he won. I'm going to go with Rahiki. Round 1 KO. That guy's insane, man. Shamil the Blob Gazia versus Brando Pericic. The Balkan Bear. I'm going to take the Balkan Bear by round 1 KO. Shamil Gaziev is slow and stiff, man. And against smaller heavyweights that are around his skill, he can just overwhelm them and end up knocking them out just because he's huge. He gets up to 308 pounds. That's insane. He has to cut down to 265, and he has to cut down like 40-something pounds. And Brando Pericic, he's looked good, man. He's looked pretty good. And I think his striking is pretty fast. He has good power on the feet, good finishing instincts, and he's good all around. He's in a good gym at City Kickboxing, and I think he's going to get that round 1 KO. Straight shots down the middle. Straight shots against Shamil. He has no head movement. Straight shots. That's how you win this shit. Round 1 KO, Brando Pericic. Tai Tuivasa versus Louis Sutherland. Like, what? How is Tai Tuivasa still in the UFC, first of all? That is crazy to me. It's crazy that his record used to be 15-3. Louis Sutherland, man. This guy hopped off roids, and he just sucks. But I'm going to take Louis Sutherland. I can't pick Tai Tuivasa to win a fight. I can't do it. I've done it too many times. I've been wrong too many times. He just doesn't care anymore. I don't know if he's making money outside of the UFC, but it just seems like he does not give a shit. And Louis Sutherland, this guy, he at least needs to make some bread. He hopped off roids. He sucks now, but Tai Tuivasa also sucks. It's going to be a blob fight. If this goes to decision, cut both of them. Cut both of them. Honestly, if Louis Sutherland wins, or if honestly, whoever, just cut them both anyway. Cut them both anyway. They're both blobs. We don't need them in the UFC. Cam Rowson versus Robert Brchik. I'm not too familiar with Robert, but I am pretty familiar with Cam Rowson, and he's pretty good. He's pretty good. I think he's gonna land quick, clean shots on the feet. Quick, clean shots. I don't think he's gonna be able to knock out Robert Brchik. If I remember correctly, he's pretty tough. But Cam Rowson, I think he's gonna be doing a good job at range, landing jabs, landing low kicks, landing kicks up the middle, and I'm gonna take him by decision. Oh my god. Why do they keep giving Junior Tafa fights? What do they see in him? He's about to have a neutral record in the UFC. And who is Kevin Christian? Is he the one that fought Billy Alcana? Or am I tripping? I'm going to take Junior Tafa. I'm going to take Junior Tafa. as sad as it is to say, I'm gonna take Junior Tafa. He is good on the feet, and his kryptonite is the ground game or anyone with cardio. And I don't see a ground game in Kevin Christian. I don't at all. And Junior Tafa is pretty good in rounds 1 and 2. His boxing is sharp. He is pretty powerful. We'll go with Junior Tafa, but if he loses this and they give him another fight, I don't. What is the bias? Is he like behind the scenes or some shit? Like, what's going on? Jacob Malkoun versus y'all. I'm about to say some crazy shit. And how we minus 1100. Y'all, when I say this, I'm being dead serious. Gerald Mearshart, round 3 sub. GM3 as a plus 700 favorite or underdog, as a plus 700 underdog. In fact, I might even put some money on it. Like, there's no way the odds should be this. Like, I don't think Jacob Malkoun is that good. Like, I just don't. Like, I don't see any finishing potential in him. I understand he's a pretty good grappler. He's a bruiser on the feet. But are we acting like GM3 is just like a regional fighter? He's pretty close. Now, he has been losing a lot. But Jacob Malkoun should not be a minus 1100 favorite. That's just me. GM3 round 3 sub. Classic performance. Make some bread, y'all. Make some bread. Colby Thickness versus Vince Morales. I'm going to go with Colby Thickness by decision. I think he's going to mix in the grappling pretty well. Vince Morales, I don't think is good at all. I don't think Colby Thickness is that good either. But he was able to kind of hold his own against Alexandre Topuria. And that tells me a lot. You know, I see Topuria as a future top 10 guy. Future top 10, top 5 guy. So for Colby Thickness to not get destroyed by him, it tells me at least he's not trash. Vince Morales, I don't see him going anywhere in this division. He's had too many chances, and Colby Thickness is pretty good everywhere, especially the ground. He's pretty slick. So Colby Thickness by decision. Ben Johnson versus Wes Schultz. Okay. I don't know who this creative fighter is, but Wes Schultz sucks. Wes Schultz absolutely sucks. So I'm going with Ben Johnson by TKO in round 1. Moving down the card, Jonathan McAuliffe versus Themba Gorimbo. Okay, this is interesting. This is interesting to me. Because Themba Gorimbo has had moments where we've looked at him and, okay, this guy might be a prospect. He might just be a prospect. But then he's had some performances where he's supposed to win, like against Vicente Luque, and he just got fucking obliterated. So I'm going to go with Jonathan McAuliffe by TKO in round 2. I think he's better on the feet. Themba Gorimbo, I think he can mix it up better. But I think Jonathan McAuliffe is just better on the feet. And he's going to be able to stuff the takedowns. And low-key, like, no glaze. Look at his physique, bro. Like, what body fat percentage is he? That doesn't even look healthy. That's insane, bro. No glaze, though. No glaze. Round 2 KO. Or did I say round 2? Yeah, round 2 KO. TKO. Domar Fan versus Cody Steele. I'm going to go with Cody Steele by round 1 TKO. I think he's going to end up dropping Domar Fan. I think he should, first of all, explosivity and athleticism heavily favored in Cody Steele and Cody Steele's direction. I think he's going to drop Domar Fan. I think he's going to get dominant position on the ground. I think he's going to finish it with ground and pound. And that caps off my predictions for UFC Fight Night, Prates versus Della Maddalena. Those are my thoughts, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.